control to give it all that I have. Truth of the matter is that most people, and I want you to hear me when I say this, most people die at the age of 35, but is not buried until the age of 75. And what I mean by that is that most people die. They lose their ambition. They lose their tenacity. They lose their dream at the age of 35, because the age of 35 is considered to be that pivotal age where you're supposed to have some clear direction for your life. Most people are parents by then. Most people have a home or a car by then. Most people have a good career by then. And if they don't have those things by then they tell themselves, well, maybe it's not meant to be. Maybe it's not going to happen. And if I don't have it now, then I guess I'll just settle for where I am. And at that point, while breathing, they disconnect from the life support machine. And they continue to breathe and exist and go through life from day to day with no aspirations, no inspiration, no motivation, with no dream, no desire, no ambition. And they just go through weeks and months and years, through birthdays and holidays and anniversaries, without doing anything for themselves that really defines their potential. Most people die at the age of 35 and is buried at the age of 75. Do not be one of those people that have given up on you. If you're going into retirement, and I'm not talking about retirement from your career, I'm talking about retirement on you. If you're giving up on you, if you've quit trying to give you your best life, if you're going into retirement, today is a wake-up call to pull you out of retirement, because it's not time for you to retire. It's time for you to aspire. When you think about giving it all you've got, it means it's time for you to summon your most inner ability and make sacrifices in life that would give you the dream you desire. I submit to you that you should always reach for the moon, because even if you miss, you will land among the stars. I submit to you that you should always strive to be on top, because it's the bottom that's overcrowded. I submit to you that you should aim high and be willing rather to aim high and hit nothing instead of aiming low and hit everything. Most people in life fail not because they aim too high and miss, but because they aim too low and hit. Always be willing to do today things that others won't do, so that you can have tomorrow things that others won't have. Give to life the passion you aspire, and life will give to you the dream you desire. Your attitude towards life determines life attitude toward you. And when times gets tough, that's the time for tough people to get going. Because even though times gets tough times don't last always. I need you to understand that other people's opinions of you matters not to the determination of your potential, nor to the dictation of your destiny. So walk not in the shadows of those you admire. Discover your own passion and dare to aspire. For then you will realize your greatness and live a life that inspires. I am here to tell you it's time to give life all you have to give. If you had 2 lives to live, 3 lives to live, or it was like a cat with 9 lives to live, then I can understand you being cheap on you. I can understand you holding back on you. I can understand you not believing in you. But because you only have 1 life to live, I need you to make a decision today to give life all you have to give. In fact, what I want you to do is take your phone out, if you don't mind, and take a selfie of yourself right while you're sitting in that seat. Take a selfie of yourself. I want you to remember this day. I want you to remember this moment. I want you to make a promise to yourself. I want you to make a vow to yourself. Take your 2 fingers and hold it up while you take a selfie. And the reason I'm asking you to do this, ladies and gentlemen, is because I'm asking you to make a commitment today to yourself. I'm asking you to make a promise today to yourself. I'm asking you to renew your vows with you. I'm asking you to promise yourself today that I would not quit on me. I would not give up on me. I promise me today that I'm going to give me a fair chance at life. I'm going to give it my best shot. I'm going to live my dream and push myself. And I'm going to do all that I can to make my dream a reality. And I want you to take that picture, and down the road, 3 3 days down the road, a week down the road, 3 weeks, a month, 3 months, a year, 3 years down the road, when you feel like times are tough, I want you to go back to your phone and look at that picture and realize that on this day, August the 15th, 2024, you promised yourself that you will not give up on you. When times get tough, you promise you that you would not quit and that you owe you and that you will do all you can to support your dream. I need you to make that vow today to you, to give it all you've got. When you make a vow to give it all you've got, when you make a vow to live your dream, when you make a vow to go all in, when you make a vow to go into a sacrificial commitment, then you're not only setting you up for greater levels of success, but those who are connected to you, your husbands, your wives, your sons and daughters, your parents, your siblings, your friends, people who are in your life, in your circle, they too will benefit from the power that you manifest as a result of committing to give it all you've got. So that means that there are others dependent on you. There are people who need you to be at your best. There are people who love you enough to stand by you, waiting for you to come to that conclusion that it's time for me to stop playing with my time. It's time for me to come out of retirement, to shift down from cruise control and to begin to make my time count and to make my gifts work and to make my dream a reality and to make my life matters in this world. Can I submit to you that when a man dies who has lived to himself, no one remembers him. But when a person dies and they've made an impact in this world, everyone remembers them. You remember Dr. King because of his contribution to humanity. You remember Mr. Booker T. Washington because of his commitment to humanity. You remember great people because of the great things they've done. You remember Muhammad Ali because of his commitment to himself and to this world. And when I say himself, that is to building himself up as the greatest boxer in the world. You remember Michael Jackson because of his commitment. You remember Prince because of his contribution to this world. There are people whose name will always be remembered because history has recorded the very fact that they were a world changer. But you ask yourself, how did they become a world changer? Was there something special about them that's not special about me? Is there something significant about them that's not significant about me? Is there something that is great about them that I just don't have on my life? No, you have greatness on your life. You have significance in your life. You are special. The difference is that some people realize this sooner than others, and some doesn't realize it at all. Can I say to you that the most wealthiest place in this world is the cemetery? The cemetery is filled with wealth. And I'm not talking about money, diamonds, gold, and silver. I'm talking about rich with talent, potential, rich with dreams and ideas that died with them because they didn't take life serious enough to utilize what was given to them so that it can not only make an impact on this world, but also change the course of their own lives and legacy. If you ever want to see somebody great, look in the mirror and believe in the person you see. If you ever want to do something great, make up your mind to give your life the best chance that is possible. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I refuse to die as a drug addict. I refuse to die as a drug dealer. I refuse to die in prison. I refuse to die confused. I refuse to die taken from society instead of given to society. I refuse to die without realizing my dream and without exploring the depths of greatness. There are different levels and magnitudes of greatness in your life. And I need you to develop an attitude of greatness. Look at someone on your left or right and tell them you need an attitude of greatness.
You need an attitude of greatness.
You need need an attitude of greatness. To have an attitude of greatness requires mental toughness. Mental toughness means that you have come to a place in your life where you realize that can't nothing stop me. No one can stop me now. As the old song says, I'm on my way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm on the way up. Nothing can stop me. You got to have the kind of attitude where you say to yourself, nothing can stop me. In 1951, Timex made this watch, and they wanted to project to the world that their watch was the most durable watch in the world. So they produced a commercial showing where their watch had been put through rigorous testing. They beat it with the hammer, run it over with the car. And then even after all of that damage and abuse, that